What up, everybody? It's your boy, Drew Dash, back at you with another video for your biddy. You already know what it is. So we back at you with another delusionland. Finally figured it out. I couldn't decide on delusion world or delusionland, but I feel like delusionland sounds better. So we back at you with another delusionland. Got another compilation for you. So yeah, you already see what it is. You already know what it is. You already know how we finna do. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the video. As you know, I'll stop it here and there, but you already know what to do. Let's get to it.
So I just seen this video, right? And women are gonna hate this. I'm fine with it. I just don't care. I feel like that video is pathetic. And the reason why I feel that way is because, like, it is not a man's responsibility to get your hair done, your nails done, your lashes done. Like, that is not a guy's responsibility. When a woman is looking for a man to provide, that ain't what we're talking about. And if that's the stuff y'all talking about, y'all are part of the problem why women that are looking for men to provide, the men that are providing that. That ain't nothing to survive off of. You can't survive off them lashes. You can't survive off of these lace fronts. You can't survive off these long nails that y'all ain't even wiping y'all asses with anyway. Like, that is an immature mindset. So it's like, you mean to tell me because he didn't spend his money on those things that you wanted, that he probably don't care about? Like, for example, I've never not been able to pull a dude because I ain't had no baby hair. Like, I worked in barbershops. I've never heard dudes be like, yeah, I only want to talk to the one with the baby hair. Dudes don't care about that. Dudes don't care about the lashes. While y'all spending $120 to get them glued on, he trying to fuck them off. He's trying to screw them off. So it's just, I don't, like, the logic that y'all hear when y'all do that, it's for y'all. Like, if I get a man that's going to provide for me, those things aren't what I'm looking for him to provide. So those are the things that you want for yourself so that you can feel a way for yourself. The guy that got with you, I'm sure when he got with you, he didn't care about none of that. And he sure didn't sign up to finance all of that to keep you. You have to be a selfish individual to feel like he should. That doesn't benefit the y'all, that's you. So why should he provide that? And you mean to tell me now you're going to look at him as less because he couldn't? Wasn't you maintaining that before you got with him? So is that now supposed to be his obligation? Are you about to pay for all his haircuts? Or are you going to, what if he don't get up? You going to fund them pills? Like, are you keeping the J's going? Are you buying all of the socks that go in the J's? Do you buy the matching shirts? Like, I don't think that people understand some of the stuff that y'all be requiring of the other person is bull crap. That's bull crap. Like, that's why some people are easier to go and get with somebody. You hear a chick that have all of that and be like, and he went and got with her and she don't do none of that because she costs a little less. That maintenance is up there. $120 on lashes? Please, I'll spend $6.99 to glue them on. So I'm just instantly just a little less cheaper than you just by that. Like, that ain't his responsibility. Y'all try. Ooh. that right there. That right there.
Yeah, she's speaking facts. She really was. What women must understand is there's nothing wrong with having a guy who can spoil you, who can give you the kind of lifestyle that you want, who can do what he wants to do for you. But many women are coming through the dating market, and what they're doing is they're requiring what she said. They're requiring all these extra things, and they're saying, oh, well, if you can't afford that, then, you know, if you broke, just say that. Well, a lot of guys don't, it's not that they're broke, it's just that they're not really, it's just, they can see that coming from a mile away. And if you're high maintenance like that, those kinds of guys are going to avoid you. If I know you're super high maintenance and I can tell you're probably not worth all the maintenance that it's going to take to put into you, I'm going to avoid you like the plague. And so many times women are going through and they're saying, okay, well, you have to make this much money. That's why many women give a stipulation on it. Some women who say, oh, I want a stipulation on this is so that they can say, okay, I want the house, I want all these other things that, you know, I want the security. so that they can have the house, they can have the cars, they can make sure that their kids are safe, that that their offspring and everything is safe. But many women are going through and they're trying to get all this extra stuff because they're trying to flaunt, they're trying to flex, they're trying to, keep up with the Joneses, which to me, one of the stupidest things ever is for women to wear lashes. I've said that hundreds of times. I don't know why women wear lashes. I've never met a girl that I say, hey, I would like to be with her because she has long lashes. Like, that was never ever thing. That's never been anything that I've ever thought about. So, but also, I've also heard, that that's that old saying that they say women dress for women, but they get undressed for men. So most women do that because they want to fit in with the cool kids. But you gotta understand, if that's what you're coming into the dating market wanting, and if that's what you think, it means to provide, that shows a major lack of character, and it shows a major lack of growth. But continuing on. I love these. Just said that.
It's not going to be easy, but it always seems for me, if the person in my eyes isn't in the exact perfect spot to be talking about being someone's wife, I feel funny about it inside.
But if you doubt that,
shout out to the Relations Podcast.
Saying that is if you doubt it, and then you're a friend, and then you look at your friend and you say, "I wouldn't marry you." I'm just,
and that's really what I'm feeling.
And just going from that perspective, if with you being a woman and now you talking to your friend, if you looking at the woman and say, "Well, I wouldn't marry you, so why would a man marry you?" But y'all still send them out there thinking that they're ready.
I think we try different ways. I don't think I could say I would marry you because I think that's harsh. That's number one. Number two, I get it. But number two, if you're the person on the other end receiving that message, the only thing you're going to think to yourself is, damn, you're mighty judgmental. And when I talk to people, and this has happened to me before, you did XYZ, that ain't cute, men don't like that, or that's not cool, I will get, well, you ain't perfect. Instead of them looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, you're right.
So this goes back to the last video where the girl was saying that men don't hold men accountable, and the other guy said, women don't hold women accountable. And that's true. A lot of times women don't hold women accountable. Women don't like to admit when they're wrong. Many of them don't like to sit here. I just saw a video of a girl talking about how Drake was wrong because he put hot sauce in, the condom, rather than the girl being wrong because she went and took the condom out of the the trash or the toilet. So she was saying, oh, well, it was wrong for him to do that, rather than saying, okay, well, that's kind of what she gets for, and it's sad because the guys are like, so you're gonna sit here and say that Drake wasn't wrong, or that she wasn't wrong, and she kept saying, well, she kept dancing around the question. Many women don't hold their friends accountable, and you send them out there to deal with people, and then y'all say, oh, and then when the guy does some crazy stuff, y'all say, oh, well, she doesn't deserve that, or she shouldn't have went through that, or it shouldn't be that way. Well, you need to be honest. And I'll be honest. Some guys don't hold their friends accountable, but I know I do, and I know my friends pull my, when I'm tripping, my friends tell me, hey, bro, you tripping. You need to tighten that up. So many women need to learn how to hold their friends accountable. And if you have a lot of yes men around you, or in this case, yes women around you, you probably need to start cutting ties. I'm not saying don't have somebody who has confidence in you, or who's not trying to, push you to do better, or who's believing in you, but you also need to have somebody who can bring you in, reel you in a little bit, and make sure you're honest. And when you don't have that, you go out you push your friends out into the dating market, or you come out here and you're delusional, and you end up getting your feelings hurt, and then you think men are the problem, when in actuality you're the problem. You just haven't taken the time to do the work. Yeah.
What happened, Jada?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good.
You know where she belongs.
She belongs to the streets.
Facts. That's all I can say. Facts. The way she has drugged this man, I am certain that she found something, or something happened a couple of years ago, or maybe earlier this year. The way she has dragged this man through the media is beyond me, and it's just made him look worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And yeah, I'm sorry. Ain't no way in hell I would have ever, I'm really trying to be nice, but ain't no way in hell I would ever wipe up any girl who was with Tupac, because we saw what happened when Tupac was a nice guy and when he was treating women, right, and then we saw what happened whenever he started treating them, how a lot of women unfortunately kind of want to be treated. And so there's no way. I mean, she's drugged that man. If you have a woman and you see the red flags, and most people saw the red flags back then, if you have a woman and you see the red flags that early on, do not wife that woman. I'm not saying that one or two, I'm not saying that if you see one or maybe even two it'll be a problem, but many people saw tons of red flags back then, and now 20 years later you're starting to see, like, now she's saying I want to feel good. You've been married for 20 years. So yeah. Watch for the red flags, for real.
Meet men in the middle. As much as y'all think that men want you guys to submit, it's because we're willing to submit to you guys. Men, we have to handle the responsibility of upfront paying your bills, upfront taking care of you, upfront doing your nails, doing your hair, making you beautiful, taking you out, making you feel special. And upfront, y'all can't do nothing for us.
It's selective.
I mean, I bring something to the table. I'm gonna put something to the table. Like, if you're compromising for me, I'm gonna compromise.
What you're missing is, y'all said, yeah, you can be submissive, but there's like a selective, like, you can't to an extent. Let's say, what happens if a guy say, yo, I'm gonna provide, but to an extent? Y'all wouldn't accept that.
No, but it's not. I don't mean extent.
Exactly. So then we just gonna go back and forth.
Are we just gonna ignore help?
I repeat this again. I said this last time. Women just are while men have to become. And that's very true. You have women who do this conditional femininity crap. Well, I'll be feminine if this, or I'll be feminine if that, or I'll be submissive if this, I'll be submissive if that. Like, and it just doesn't work the same way. Whenever we have to go out and we have to remain in frame most of the time. Many women would not accept a man if he was out here being like, oh well, I'll pay the bills under this condition. No, you're like, okay, well, if you're not gonna pay the bills, I'll go find somebody else. And if you think that she won't, you're sorely mistaken. Like, I'm serious. Women have way more options, especially the younger they are. Women have way more options as they're younger than most men do, than the average normal everyday guy does. So if y'all can't understand that, and if y'all can't get that through your head and figure out that, hey man, if she's coming in with this, oh, I'm gonna do it under this stipulation, or I'm gonna do it conditionally. I'm gonna come under and I'm gonna do it conditionally. Well, you probably need to take a step back and see if that's work, because you can't provide conditionally. You have to like your situation is absolute, while hers has to be conditional. So if you're dealing with somebody in that kind of situation, you need to watch. You need to watch yourself. As Kevin Samuels said, I was gonna say this. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but he said you don't give one. He said if they give one, you don't give two. If they give one, you give. You give one, they give one. You give one. If they give two, then you give two. But you don't, because then what happens is you start to give more, and the other person doesn't accept that. The other person starts to kind of look like expect that. Make them reciprocate what you give them. If they take 10 minutes to text back, give them take 10 minutes to text back. Now obviously we know if they're at work or something like that, then don't trip. But if you're texting somebody and you know they're free, and you know they don't have any time, or if you're trying to get the attention of somebody and you know that it's not going the way that you want it to go, well, reciprocate it back. If they're taking 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you take 25. Like, don't give, like, when they give one, you give one. Do not give two. That does not work.
How black women started the myth that us black men hate them.
This is so true, to be honest with you. But it isn't new, all right? There have been black women like this since the 80s. They've been preaching the same, rah, 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 black men don't love us for the past 40 years. But just know, these types of black women are a minority, all right? And they obviously have not gone outside to touch some grass, because if they did, they would see that many black men and black women are in relationships. When I'm going down to 7-Eleven to fill up my tank with some gas, I literally see like 7 couples on my way. These are the same black women that chose the white doll over the black doll when they were kids, all right? So I don't expect anything different from them. But just understand, this is a minority. The majority of black women don't even think like that. So that's what I would say.
He's right. He's very right. It's very, very true. There's plenty of women out here who swear that men are holding them down, men are stopping them from being great, men are keeping them in bad positions, and it's not true. It's not true. There's women who really believe that black men hate them, and to be fair, there are some black men out here who are simple-minded, who are stupid, and they're like, oh well, I'll never date a black girl. Those kinds of dudes are sellouts. Or when they sit here and they crap on, when they sit here and they hate on the whole, culture of when they hate on the whole group of black women. Yes, those are sellouts. Just like if you have if you have a black girl who says, oh, I can't deal with black men. There ain't no good black men. Not just a black girl who's just with the white guy because she found a white guy and thought, hey, I want to date him. You have some black girls who think, oh no, I can't. I'm just not gonna date them because I don't think they're good enough. Those are sellouts. But when you see those kinds of people, man, just understand, not all black women are like that. Yes, there's a lot of women who are delusional nowadays, and there's a lot of women who have this overinflated, self-worth, but that's not everybody, and so don't go through that, women and men, don't go through life thinking that black women hate black men, or that black men hate black women. Most of us get along very well. Now, do we need to hold each other accountable, and do we need to do better? Yes, we do. Do we need to make better choices? Do women need to make better choices in the men that they allow to, impregnate them and stuff like that? Yes, they do. Do men need to make better choices on the women that they decide to impregnate? Yes, they do. But overall, that's not true. We don't all hate each other. There's a small group. Now, from what we see, it seems like black women are a lot harder on us than we are on them, but that's just kind of what we see. And so yeah, we can do better, and if you know better, you do better. But that's the end of the video, and until next time, I'll see you. It's your boy Drew Dash, signing out.